at a loss for words. I guess it was the first time for everything. I just didn't know how I could possibly begin to talk about 48 other extraordinary individuals that I've spent the majority of my life with. Fortunately, I didn't have to wait long for a solution because I thought of my good friend, the distributive property. Using my TI 83 and a few lessons I learned from my high school algebra class, I calculated that each one of us on this stage today has spent 2,340 days of our lives in school. That's 16,380 hours, 982,800 minutes, and 58,968,000 seconds. And it's also time that I can't imagine having spent with anyone else but my classmates beside me. Mohandas Gandhi said, "There's more to life than increasing in speed." I'm going to take some time to reflect on the past and reminisce all the memories that we've made together. It all began over 12 and a half years ago, either in the morning or the afternoon kindergarten class at Loyson Elementary School with Mrs. Nelson. We had our cubby holes, our milk jugs filled with school supplies, and our love letters. After kindergarten, we attended the Young Authors Tea. We read our handwritten books to our parents. We practiced our science tables until we thought our hands might literally fall off. And we learned that Allison can sneeze long enough for the entire school year. However, we never did learn that John F. Kennedy was assassinated or how to spell bow and arrow until Mr. Colson's class. Our biggest worry in elementary school was who we were going to date that week or whether or not we wanted to pack or buy a lunch. But in middle school and high school, things got a little wild. Tutors came up with forms of torture, commonly known as essays and projects, which I believe were ultimately constructed to keep you up until at least 3 a.m. the night before they were due. And on top of that, you're expected to know what career path you wanted to take at age 12. I don't even think that I could make a decision on what I wanted my MySpace username to be, let alone know what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. During these growing years, my mom would ask me how school was nearly every day. I think that's kind of like saying, "Hey, how was that car accident?" You don't really care how it was, you're just lucky you got out alive. Somehow we managed to survive all these years and we even accomplished some other great things along the way. Many of us on this stage have won a conference title, a sectional title, and some of us have even won a district title. 24 of the 49 students in this graduating class have a 3.0 GPA or better, and we have 13 students graduating with honors. 2 students from this class were in the top 5 of their graduating class at TCTC, and 2 students placed in the top 3 at BPA competitions while at TCTC. And as Jordan also said, we racked up over $439,000 in scholarship money for next year. While we have achieved great things and made lifelong memories together, most of us were also wishing our lives away. We've been waiting for this day since we knew that it existed. Marking days off our calendar, relentlessly watching the clock. If we had $1 for every time we heard or said, "I can't wait to graduate," we'd be able to buy a small farm and maybe even a cornfield somewhere in town. However, some of the best days of my life I've spent with the people sitting on this stage, and I'm truly going to miss them next year. Some of us will move to faraway lands like Kent and Akron, but the greatest thing I've accepted is that even if you leave Lordstown, you cannot escape. I call it the Lordstown Vortex. Everything you've learned here will follow you wherever your life may lead. I wish you all the best of luck with your endeavors, but I kind of get the feeling we'll be running into each other sometime. I love you all, good luck, and thank you.